We're in the
There's
game
a
now, and spawning in the upper left, we have our blue Zerg from Team Bear Sloss Truage. And in the bottom right, we have our red Protoss from House of Renegades? Yeah, House of Renegades, Doohickey. All right, sorry, what were you saying there, Chimera?
about all the Protoss stuff that they can do.
Yeah.
It's it just feels like they have like the absolute. They can just open the playbook and they've got unlimited anything from one base all ins, two base timings, all ins, whatever you want to call them. Take a third base, play a macro game, take the third base, and then it's a still an all in timing. There's a lot of stuff that True Edge is going to have to scout out for. He's got his first Overlord going, unfortunately, to the wrong base. I prefer, with me, I like to send, when spawning on Deadwing, to send my first Overlord cross spawn first. And then second Overlord straight south. So that way, if you get lucky, you can um, generally pick up the scouting probe from coming from the bottom or your cross position map.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he's even drone scouting too. He's really looking for something.
Well, I haven't played against Doohickey myself, but I did commentate. I did commentate his some of his qualifying matches in one of the qualifiers, and it was a match of PvZ. In both games, he did a double immortal drop with War Prism, and yeah,
I think I remember that game actually.
Yeah, it's supposedly something he likes to do a lot of the matchup. So we'll see if Truage can do things to kind of anticipate that or prepare for it.
Right.
He did do a hatch first into a spawning pool, of course. Meanwhile, we've got a standard
Gateway opener.
Yeah, gateway opener for
Gateway
Doohickey.
gas cyber. There should be a Nexus coming down here soon, unless True Edge blocks it. Which here
there's
comes
the probe and well,
True Edge missed it.
Quite ready
Okay.
as far as minerals. Okay, he can. He's there to contest. The drone's totally gonna lose that fight.
Yeah. The
Patty out of there.
That patty cake champion of the world just showed up and said, "Hey, I want to play patty cake." And the drone's like, "No, I don't want to play your game. Go away." But back at Camp True Edge.
Back and he got through. The zealot was not there to block. Oh my god, proxy hatch.
Proxy hatch. Oh.
I am so happy. Although with the warp prism coming out, with the zealot already there to contest it, I mean, the hatch will probably, and he's pulling some probes now, so he'll be able to kill this hatch. He's out DPSing the building, and now warp prism, the mothership core, that hatch is gone. Although he did get the cancel. Joe's trying to get a little bit of scouting left. You can see that there's been about 300 gas mined so far, but it doesn't really tell him anything he hasn't already seen.
Yeah, Robo going down now for True Edge. Boy, Doohickey's got a sneaky probe.
One thing we need to see happen is True Edge needs to get a third base down. He already knows that Doohickey's finishing up his natural right now, and he hasn't even tried starting a third. And as we all know, Zerg needs to be one base ahead of Protoss.
Yeah, unless he's trying to do some two-base muta play. Because if you look, Doohickey hasn't scouted where he is or what he's doing.
He's doing metabolic boost, which and there's the Roach Warren going down. To be honest, since I mentioned how much Doohickey loves his immortal drops, I don't know if I like this idea. But maybe that's not what we'll be seeing this game. Maybe we'll be seeing something a little more straightforward, a little more standard from our Protoss player.
We shall see, though, because we do have the War Prism coming out, being chrono boosted out right now, actually.
What do
so, 10 Zerglings on the production tab for True Edge. True Edge still has no idea what is coming. What it's going to come down to is the...
Yep, and there's the Immortal. All right. He does have some Zerglings. They're running across the map. He's making a number of roaches, which should do something. I mean, they do. Like, they.
As long as they catch the Immortal, well, the Immortal's unprepared. And lag. Exothermic. Don't you die on me. No dying allowed. We got an Immortal. One Immortal out, second Immortal being chrono boosted out now. Looks and smells like a Immortal drops right off the bat. Unfortunately, Truett just not scouted this at all. He is totally blind with this coming. Flooding all of his units to Doohickeys side of the map is if this Warp Prism gets over into Truedge's main, the two Immortals are just gonna go ham.
All right, so he catches these zealots, and sorry about that, I disconnected for a short period, but I'm back now. Obviously,
welcome back.
So,
I missed you.
I missed you too, buddy.
Oh.
So he did see the zealots. Did he? All right, so he sees
the Immortals.
He sees both the Immortals and the Warp Prism, so he should know what's here now. Although this push, like, where is? There's like no army for Doohickey, so this timing is really crucial right now. I think he can just go and, like, the Nexus
he can just straight kill him.
He could just try to kill him. Yeah, he's got he's got a ton of Zerglings. He can just kill. Oh, no, he's got the Warp Prism, so. But it removes him from the equation at least. And he needs to be running towards this. He can do a lot of damage right now.
Oh yeah.
He's got a lot of Zealots now, so he's kind of prepared for some of these Zerglings. But
he's got a
the Zerglings are 0/0. The Zealots do have +1 attack. But he's completely shut down all of the Immortal threat here. He's still okay. He does get a third base now. I was about to say he still needs to get a third behind all of this, but it is coming now. And there's just a lot of Zealots here, which that deals with these Zerglings very well. He does get this pylon that's been hiding for a bit. Tons of Overlords here. Normally, I'd say I don't like all the Overlords being clumped like that, but it doesn't matter. All he's got are Zealots and other things that don't shoot up. So
yeah,
they can see everything. And he killed the forward pylon, so he doesn't have to worry about Stalkers being warped in.
Yeah, but Truedge had such a humongous window open to him back when Doohickey just had 2 Zealots, the Militia Core, and the 2.
Yeah, for so long, and he just didn't utilize it. I really think he could have just gone and killed Doohickey at that point.
Oh yeah.
He could have just ignored the army, which he was obviously concerned about the Immortals, but he could have just made maybe 15 Zerglings, well, I guess 16 Zerglings or so, to stay at his base to defend the Immortal drop. And then, but just by him attacking that wall and having the Zerglings there, Doohickey wouldn't have been able to have the Immortals on the ground. They would have had to stay up in the Warp Prism or go into attack. At which point, as I mentioned, he could have just had 16 Zerglings there and just killed them.
Yeah, it was quite an awkward spot for Doohickey. Truedge had him down dead to rights, but Truedge just let his foot off the gas for that momentary, I guess, minute. And that allowed Doohickey to squeak his foot into the door and stop it from slamming shut. Because once that first pylon broke, even though the photon overcharge was activated, he still could have ran in, gotten probe kills, and forced Doohickey to either make the choice: do I take my Immortals cross map and see what work I can get done there, or do I stay at home and try to defend these 30,000 speedlings running around eating my probes?
Yeah, and just a quick moment, I do want to give a huge shout out to Tux. He's the man that made all of these wonderful, beautiful overlays. I think he's done a fantastic job. They look great, and I honestly love them.
Absolutely, I have to agree with you. Tux has a blessing there. He definitely knows what he's doing when it comes to the graphical art design. He makes me, who can barely draw stick figures, look like a 4-year-old.
See, do I
Which
have something around here that I, in theory, drew? No, I do not, because I don't draw anything because I'm awful at it.
I don't draw either. I just install cable. That's all I do. But going into map 2, Overgrowth. Um, True Edge had his window, had it.
He
It'll be
did, and I
interesting to
think
see
I
what he
think he
does
could still
today.
rally back and win this series. Um,
Oh yeah, most
I think
definitely.
he has a chance. That was some very solid play. He just missed his opportunity. So spawning in the bottom left is our bottom left is our blue Protoss player from Team House of Renegades, Doohickey. And down 0-1 against Doohickey is spawning in the top right is our red Zerg player from Team Bear Sloths, Truage.
You know, that's a interesting bring. The way you pronounce his name, is it True Edge or True Edge?
I
See,
don't know. I really don't.
it's just like
Probably
Couchy.
wants to just call him Truge. Like,
Truge.
yeah, I don't know. But I
I,
think it's Truage. Kind of.
I just never know. It's just like Couchy,
Like
Coochie. I
Truge
thought it was
Edge.
Coochie for the longest time, and then someone says no, it's actually Couchy. And I'm like, well, I'm
Wait,
sorry.
what did you think County's name was?
Instead of Couchy, I thought it was Coochie for some odd reason, for some weird enunciation thing in my head. I was like, Coochie sounds great. What's
Yeah, it
wrong
does
with
sound.
that?
Yeah, I kind of wish it was Coochie.
Let's see. I don't think he's in chat. Oh wait, nope.
Yes,
He's in chat.
he's there. He's been pretty active.
I'm getting ready to be flamed. But anyway, back to the things
Yeah,
at hand.
the things that matter. So I think that Truage he did a lot of things right in that first game. He just needs to maybe do them a little bit better this time. I do think that against a player like Doohickey, something that would be very good to do, assuming Doohickey continues this immortal playstyle, is go Roach Hydra. Go Roach Hydra. I said the wrong thing. I meant to say
Ling Hydra.
Ling Hydra.
See,
Yeah.
I got you.
You got me. Thank you.
I got you. But True Edge gets his like boss drone in here. Like, why can't my drones be as good as this guy's drones? Like, my drones never show up like that. But he sees the one gas. It's the exactly same opening that True Edge did, or
Yeah.
Doohickey did in
Same.
game 1.
I've watched. This is the fourth game of Doohickey's that I've watched of PVZ. I've yet to see him do anything that's not this. I'm sure he can do things that aren't this, but it's obviously what he's comfortable doing, and he's going to do it until it doesn't work.
Right. I know, because I had the wonderful luxury of playing Doohickey just this past week in CTL for our match on Catalina, and he actually didn't do any immortal drops at all. He tried to do a 2-base immortal Colossus timing thing. I never understood what it was, but didn't work, unfortunately, for him.
Okay, I was going to say try not to spoil it because the week's not over, but well. Well, so we know your match, but we don't know the whole team's match.
Well, you can go check the wiki page. It was kind of anyway. Moving on. I'm full of spoilers. There's the hidden Robo again. I wonder if it's going to be another immortal drop.
Although, okay, here we go. Truage is playing very differently from the last game. He's already got his third down. It's about a third of the way through, and we're not even 5:30 into the game. I remember in the first game when I observed that he hadn't put the third down, it was around this time. And he didn't even begin to start making a third until like 9 minutes, I think, in that game. It might have even been longer.
Yeah, it was a really late third base.
Yeah.
But need to say, True Edge is going to have access to a lot of larvae really soon.
Which might have been his biggest issue with doing the Roach, I guess Ling Roach style he was doing there, because once he got Zealots out, he was kind of trading inefficiently with the Zealots because he had so many Zerglings. But if he just had had more larvae, I think he probably could have continued to trade inefficiently and just gone and killed him.
Right. This Overlord just is just to fly in, get the full scout, sees the warp prism get made, and he sees the chrono boost going onto the Robo Bay itself.
Hero Overlord, right? This is so crucial.
You know what? I think this Overlord secretly thinks he's a phoenix, a really fat phoenix. I mean, because he just flew into a Protoss base, didn't get shot at once, didn't even get tickled, and he's just sitting here. Hey guys, I'm part of the
Well,
firstborn race, right?
to be fair, looking at Doohickeys units, he doesn't have anything that can shoot up. The only
Yeah,
thing he can do that shoots up, that is a lot of gateways.
that is a big gateway explosion. 5 gateways. Wait and see number 6 come down. Doohickey sees it.
Yeah, he sees all of this. Yep, he does see all 5. Um, but yeah, like I said, which maybe he's just going to transition out of the drop. Like he'll try the drop, but he's not going to rely on it since obviously Truage has seen everything. So the element of surprise is gone. He has only 12 Zerglings right now, and 8 Roaches, but he is now kind of entering making units mode. He's still droning up a little bit, but he does obviously need quite a bit of units to defend this. Redundant pylons coming in just so he can warp in with the warp prism and the pylons. He doesn't want to take any risks. He's again lots of zealots, tons and tons of zealots.
That's yeah.
The roaches are lagging behind a little bit off creep, but maybe he can get this around. He's already taken down one immortal. They do get picked up by the warp prism, but they're out of the equation now. That's very important. That is a huge zealot warp in. How many gateways does he have? He's
got 8.
He has 7 warp
gateways. Yeah, but there's nothing Churich can do at this point. What Churich just didn't do is he just didn't see the army move out like he did in game 1.
Yeah, his army was a little bit out of position that time. It was over on the west side of the map when they were marching into his natural, and they just couldn't get back in time. The other thing is he was kind of like he had his third base, but he didn't really do anything to saturate it, and now he's very resource starved. I mean, obviously there is a point where you just need to make units to defend, but at the same time, you need to make sure that you can make the units to defend. If you don't have the engine to do it, then that's not going to do you any good either.
Right.
It's one of the main mode things in Zerg is for people that either are new to the game or maybe they just don't know much about Zerg because they don't play it or whatever. You're basically operating in 2 modes: droning mode and army mode, and you switch between them. You typically don't, as opposed to how Terran and Protoss work. You typically don't do both at the same time, because the more drones you pump out with your larva, the sooner you get that income, leading to more drones quicker, and more drones quicker, and more drones quicker, and then that allows you to just explode with army.
Yeah. And like